show you that I care, but I don't have the nerve. I wanna say I love you, but I can't find the words. I wish that you know how I really felt all of this time. But no matter what I do, you can't see the signs.
Yeah, he was an average teen. He partied often and he sagged his jeans. Sat in the very back of the class so he could nap and dream and fantasize about the girl he was obsessed with, the one who stole his heart and always kept it. Cause ever since the 7th grade, she was always standing in his center stage. But every time he tried to talk to her, she would just step away. And though she never spoke to him, it didn't matter, cause Billy never liked the chit chatter. So what if a little passive? To him she was attractive. He could sense a massive personality perfectly by the way she acted. Plus she wrote poems for the paper every month. That was the lines on the page that had him falling in love. Never told his friends, they would say that he was crazy. So no one ever found out that Billy liked Amy. He just gracefully endured being blatantly ignored. Sooner or later Billy wouldn't take it anymore.
I wanna show you that I care, but I don't have the nerve. I wanna say I love you, but I can't find the words. I wish that you know how I really felt all of this time. But no matter what I do, you can't see the signs.
So he's taking his chances, tired of all the wasted advances, sick and tired of never having dates for the dances. If he wanted Amy, he needed to step it up. So one day he stopped her by your locker to confess his love, and he told her that she was beautiful, then lit up his sky like Columbus with a compass will get lost in your eyes. But she didn't respond, just gave him a weird look. She tried to give him a shrug, but she was carrying books. That was all that it took. He put himself out there and he got crushed, so he had to run away before the tears rushed. A whole week he locked himself in his apartment, cause he didn't have the strength to face the world so broken hearted. After 7 days of darkness, got a letter in the mail, but before he even looked at it, he let that ship sail. He was too concerned with all the sadness in his life, so instead of a letter opener, he grabbed a kitchen knife.
I wanna show you that I care, but I don't have the nerve. I wanna say I love you, but I can't find the words. I wish that you know how I really felt all of this time. But no matter what I do, you can't see the signs.
She was far from your average teen, the quiet type who never had a scene. Studied often and wrote poems for the school magazine. She had a little secret and she always kept it. There was a boy that she was obsessed with, so when she wrote a poem for the school paper every month, every line on the page was dedicated to a crush. But she never told her friends, they would say that it was silly, so no one ever found out that Amy liked Billy. To the day that Billy stopped her by your locker during school, but she couldn't understand him and responded like a fool and gave him a weird look. She tried doing sign language, but she couldn't, cause she was carrying all the books. See, even though Amy was equally obsessed, she was too embarrassed to tell him that she was born deaf. Avoided him at school, but to make her love known, she would leave him little signs through the lines of her poem. So she sent one to his home after 7 days passed, cause it seemed like Billy wasn't showing up to class. She's going home confused, trapped in the worst mood, flipping on the TV to a tragic story on the news with the picture of your average teen. All it said was this: vocal teen suicidal with a knife to his wrist. At the scene where he died was a letter never read from a girl named Amy, and it said,
I wanna show you that I care, but I don't have the nerve. I wanna say I love you, but I can't find the words. I wish that you know how I really felt all of this time. But no matter what I do, you can't see the signs.
yeah,
Can't see the signs.
what? Kinetics of one love. Kinetics of one love. So if you have something to say to somebody, then do it now.
Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home.
Let's go. I called but you don't answer. answer, so I write this open letter. When I left, the world was broken, I just hope it's gotten better. Y'all argue who's the greatest, I left quotes for y'all to measure. Y'all were focused on who's clever, I was focused on forever. Back when I would rock the hand-me-downs with holes inside my sweater. Thrift store shopping like I dove inside some treasure. Way before the Ben Haggerty's on these magazines, I was an average teen, not thinking about this thing called rap. Cause there's this thing called white, and there's this thing called black, and there's this thing called life, and I think we're all attached. It's funny how my train of thought runs on these things called tracks. Marty McFly, I'm in the future, try and bring y'all back. Pick it up and slam it down, that's just how the game goes. Telephone, telephone, I just hear the same tones. Where I'm from, it's not too often that we see them rainbows. So we let the rain flow, then we change clothes.
There's such a difference between us and a million
That's right.
miles.
We gon' get him with this one.
Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times.
I just wanna call, baby, I just wanna call.
I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home.
Yeah, let's get him on this one. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh man, how could this just be a hobby? 5 whole hours they've been waiting in the lobby. They calling me a hero and I'm thinking how could I be? All I wanted was $1 million and a two-door Maserati. But somewhere in my stride we just started changing lives. You think I'm changing yours, but you really changing mine. From here to overseas they put belief in my designs. It's getting deep, I feel the world is trying to sneak inside my mind. It's harder to define than artistry and rhyme. It seems like our journey is partially divine. I still have days where it isn't all sublime. Even though I'm on the grind, I gotta slow up for the signs. And recently I'm seeing it this morning, just emceeing, where my homie has a son, but needs court orders just to see him. A general